Anticipated for months, Samsung's first Android phone is finally a reality in the shape of the i7500, a 12mm thick, world-frequencied candy bar packing a 3.2-inch 320 by 480 pixel AMOLED touchscreen, Wi-Fi, GPS, 5-megapixel camera, 1500 mAh battery, 8GB of storage built in, plus microSD expansion, and a standard 3.5mm headset jack. Hot off the press is Nokia's new E52, essentially a copy of the recent E55 launch, but with a standard numeric keypad. Highlights include Feature Pack 2, GPS, 3.2 megapixel camera, 3.5mm headphone jack, USB charging, noise cancellation, that's new, plus, staggeringly, Nokia's full 1500 mAh mega battery for a full 8 hours talk time. Nokia has released a major firmware update for the long-neglected N96. The new firmware, version 20.050, improves email support, adds personalization settings for audio themes, slide handling, and slideshow wallpaper. There are also improvements to Wi-Fi support, camera image quality, flashlight video support, and more. The firmware can be updated over the air or via Nokia Software Updater. At last, Microsoft's much-leaked Facebook app for Windows Mobile is officially here. It's free and lets you send messages or call people on your friends list, take pictures and videos and upload them to Facebook, manage your profile and post updates and so on. Almost every month seems to bring a new scare story about mobile viruses, and I wanted to give you the truth about them and to put your mind at rest. First of all, when you read such a scare story, look at the people being quoted. Do they have a vested interest? Are they perhaps making antivirus software? Do they perhaps are trying to sell copies of a research project? The truth is that there is no mobile virus scene. Look, it's hard enough to send that photo over to your Aunt Mabel's phone when both of you are in the same room and you want it to happen. It's 1,000 times harder for an application to be transferred when there's no guarantee of compatibility with a destination handset. And when even compatible handsets have proper security in place, as is the case here. Whether you have a Windows mobile device, an Apple iPhone, an Android device, or a Symbian OS-powered smartphone, you have no need for a firewall. These operating systems and mobile devices don't leave huge doors open like older versions of Microsoft Windows did. You have no need for an antivirus package. There simply aren't any viruses in the true sense of the word. All any so-called security software will do is drain your wallet and decrease the battery life of your phone. However, there are some real dangers you need to note. Number one, watch out for having your phone trashed or compromised because you installed that new game you'd found on a forum somewhere, or which a friend wanted to beam to you. Always do a little trivial detective work in Google in these cases to download the app from the developer's own website or an official publisher. If you can't find either of these, of course, then the chances are that the app or game is being illegally distributed and may well contain a Trojan, i.e. an application that you willingly install, accepting all prompts, but which turns out to have a malicious payload. Number two, logging into an online service, such as online banking, over a non-secure connection while on a public Wi-Fi hotspot. Somebody might be sniffing your packets, you never know. Number three, using a Wi-Fi hotspot provided purely for malicious purposes, perhaps labelled public Wi-Fi, I'm free. There are some known bad guys out there masquerading as altruistic citizens. So, you don't need to pay for expensive mobile security software. You don't need to worry. But you do need to keep your wits about you, and it does help enormously to stay on the right side of the law when it comes to software. So I'm here with Raj Singh from Skyfire, all the way from America. Why are you here, Raj?
Here to tell you about the Skyfire 1.0 release.
Which is available today?
Yes, you can download that from our site directly by going to get.skyfire.com.
Okay, in 30 seconds, how would you describe Skyfire?
Skyfire is about bringing the PC web to your device. Unlike any other browser, we support full flash, QuickTime, Real Media, Windows Media Format. All the plugins work just like your PC browser. In addition, it's a very fast experience. We typically load pages in under 5 seconds, as well as a very social browsing experience. You can always feel connected to your Twitter, your RSS, etc. Through the browser.
If Skyfire is free, though, which I gather it is free, how do you make your money?
There's numerous business models with browsers. We primarily generate revenue through search. We have a relationship with Google, and they power the search results within our browser. The browser is available for free.
Okay, and which mobile platforms is it currently available for?
We're available on Windows Mobile and Series 60, and we also just announced our BlackBerry Alpha, and so we're getting some great feedback there.
Any plans for an iPhone version for the Apple world?
Yeah, so the Apple SDK prohibits setting any other browser or installing any other browser on the device, so unfortunately no iPhone version yet, but if Apple calls, we'll be there.
But what was the genesis of Skyfire?
So, you know, we surveyed the browser landscape when we started Skyfire, and really couple key issues. You're just not getting the PC web on your mobile device today. You can go to CNN, you can go to YouTube, the video doesn't work, it's taking 20 seconds to load, you're getting JavaScript errors, the Silverlight doesn't work. Skyfire is all about bringing that PC web down to the phone, so everything works just like your PC. You can go to any site, no click fear, and that's really shown in our browsing usage. 70–80% of our browsing tends to be long tail, which is very different to traditional browsers.
So Skyfire, as I understand it, it takes big web pages, big multimedia embeddings, and reduces it all and crunches it all together and sends it down as a compressed stream to the client.
Correct.
What happens when it becomes very popular?
So as part of our beta, you know, we're also announcing that we've just crossed 1 million activations. Okay. So we're a very big beta
already. Yeah.
And I guess I guess now we're 1.0. But you know, over the last year, we've been really refining how well we scale, our scalability. A lot of the company's IP is around scalability. The two co-founders, they come from a networking sort of background, so we have a lot of technology there to make sure that we can scale Skyfire across a lot of users. In addition to that, you know, just going to a usage statistic, which is pretty amazing, 1/3 of our users are using the browser 3 times a day. So we're definitely doing, you know, extremely high volume, high amount of browsing. We're seeing session times, page views that are well above sort of industry smartphone average. Going back to your Opera Mini example, you know, we compress the page quite a bit, and that's what contributes really to the speed of Skyfire, and that's why we can load pages in less than 5 seconds. Over the past year, we've seen an average of 70–75% data compression. 30% of session time, people are spending consuming video content, 30% at social networks. But you know, most interesting to me, again, is the fact that 70–80% of the traffic is really going to long tail. So traditional mobile browsers, you're seeing more of a 50–50 split between top 100 sites and long tail. With our browser, we eliminate what we internally call the click fear. People aren't scared to click. They're going wherever they want because they know everything works.
Talking of everything working, what about truly interactive sites like online banking, things involving cookies and JavaScript? What's Ajax? What's the compatibility there?
Totally compatible. Actually, it's funny you said that. I was literally speaking with one of the major US banks last week. But no, so we're end-to-end secure. It's an SSL connection between the client and our server. We persist that connection. We don't store any personally identifiable data. We don't cache anything when it's a secure connection. You know, we effectively virtualize every user. So from a security standpoint, it's very secure. But you know, even a harder example, sort of my benchmark for JavaScript is, can you render Google Maps and can you interact with Google Maps? So you can go into Skyfire, you can go to maps.google.com. You can actually go into terrain view. You can go into street view. You can actually interact with the map. That in itself is a huge milestone because even on the iPhone, which has this superb WebKit browser, they're still launching another application to do that.
What about compatibility with S60 5th edition and things like the Nokia 5800?
Coming soon. Coming very, very soon.
Do you have a beta for me today?
Don't have a beta for you today. Beta, sorry. But it's coming soon. It's coming soon.
Okay.
It's definitely, we recognize the 5800 is one of the most popular devices with the N97. I personally have an N97 now as well. It's definitely coming soon.
Okay. Where do you see Skyfire in 2 years' time?
You know, we're all about bringing the PC web down to the phone. If you look at sort of industry trend where things are going, I mean, people are demanding a better browsing experience. It's happening all around you. You know, we want to bring Skyfire to as many users as possible, as many devices as we can. You know, in the ideal world, you know, we're going to make a big stamp and be preloaded on a number of phones. In addition to that, I think it's important to recognize that you know, Skyfire is more than just a browser. It's really a platform for building really cool web applications. Yeah. You enable a user with a good browsing solution. They can build applications in Flash and QuickTime and in JavaScript, etc. And I think 2 years from now, you're going to start seeing more of that trend where people are building on top of the browser and building on top of platforms like Skyfire.
What's new functionally for version 1.0?
So a couple things. First, we've dramatically improved startup time. So we listened to our users' feedback. When you launch the browser now, within a couple seconds, you can start browsing. So it's great. We've made a number of optimizations around speed. So it's faster at loading pages. It's generally a faster scrolling experience. You can hold the down button and scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. You can zoom a lot more quickly. So you double tap now to zoom. We've improved how Zoom identifies the part of the region that you like, and then when you double tap, it zooms instantly. So it's not sort of the zoom and then it would focus as it was before. So we made a lot of improvements there. Along the lines of the optimization, we've improved the battery performance. So performance is around there, performance is around the video frame rate, etc. And then lastly, we've introduced more social browsing sort of features. So we've made some enhancements into our you're always connected type experience, where you're connected via Twitter or Facebook or Dig, where you can comment on different posts now. You can share URLs. We made that more easy, more seamless to do. So we've made sort of enhancing our general social browsing experience.
A big thank you to all those who have donated to the phone show so far. I'm still on the trail of a sponsor. In the meantime, your donations are keeping this show and my family going. Thank you.